it's Ange and welcome back to my kitchen. I'm so glad you guys liked my first episode, so I'm back to do another. Now I understand that there are hundreds of thousands of recipes for chicken pot pie out there, but this is my version. It's very basic, it's traditional and classic and delicious. If you want a very comforting, warm, hot meal, all in one dish, this is definitely your go-to. It's totally okay to cut corners as far as the ingredients go. You'll see what I mean. So let me tell you the ingredients needed for my chicken pot pie. Also keep in mind that there's a few different ways to do chicken pot pie, as far as like some have it in a crust, some have it in like a crust and another crust on top. The way I do it is more of like a biscuit topping, so that when you serve it, you get a little bit of the filling and a biscuit at the same time. It's really good. So let me show you what you'll need. You'll need a large mixing bowl. I have here, I think it's an 8x8 casserole dish. I have a bag of mixed vegetables, a large cream of chicken soup. You're more than welcome to use a cooked chicken breast, rotisserie chicken, whatever you have. I'm just using canned chicken. Spices are going to include garlic powder, onion powder, marjoram, sage, that's powdered rosemary, and thyme. And feel free to use fresh herbs if you'd like. And then some salt and pepper. I have a box of Bisquick, some parsley, and some spray oil. So this is pretty much going to be the easiest thing ever. First, go ahead and spray your casserole dish. So in your big bowl, you're really just going to add all your ingredients. So first you got mixed vegetables, your cream of chicken soup. And you're also going to do half a can of water, or you could do milk if you wanted. I got my chicken. I love canned chicken. I don't care what anyone else says. I think it's way more tender than if I were to like boil or roast chicken and shred it myself. Plus, hello, so easy, so convenient. I'm gonna give that a little bit of a stir. Now, I really don't measure anything. That's why I'm almost cooking, because any like measurements I give you are kind of just a rough estimate. So you can definitely make things to taste and season it how you like it. So here I have some garlic powder, onion powder. I don't like onions, but I love onion powder. Marjoram, sage, rosemary, thyme. Now with dried herbs like this, again, this is like a teaspoon, tablespoon of each. I don't know. Do what you want. With dried herbs, I like to rub them in my hands before I throw them in. It kind of releases some of those oils and breaks it up, so you get a little bit stronger flavor. Then I got a little salt and pepper. And go ahead, you're going to stir that up real good. Now I have this delicious pot pie mixture. Now you're just going to go ahead and dump this into your oiled casserole dish. Okay, next part, again, super easy. All I did was rinse out the same bowl, and you're gonna make your biscuit topping. People complain, oh my gosh, making biscuits is so hard. I'm not gonna take the time to do that. I don't have time to do that after work. Yes, you do. Meet my best friend, Bisquick. This part, so easy. All you're gonna do, and again, I can't really give you measurements because I don't know. So roughly, I don't know, a cup and a half of Bisquick mix. Sure. And I'm just gonna go ahead and start adding water. That's all it is. Bisquick and water. Bisquick and water. That's it. I'm just gonna go ahead and start adding water and stir until it forms kind of like a really thick paste. If you add too much water, add some more Bisquick. If you have too much Bisquick, add some more water. It's very simple. And the way I cook, I kind of just eyeball things. You know, this yields about 6 servings, so I'm kind of just thinking I need like 6 piles of biscuit dough on here. And keep in mind, the Bisquick is going to expand a little bit. I'm stirring and waiting for it to become very thick paste. You really don't want this runny. Okay, my biscuit dough is starting to look really pasty. See how thick it is? Now you're gonna go ahead and add some of your seasonings. Don't add too much salt because I think there's a little bit of salt in Bisquick already, but I like to add some of the same ingredients that I put in the filling. So just like a little sprinkle of rosemary, a little sprinkle of thyme. It makes it very aromatic, it makes it taste really good, and it looks pretty on top. A little bit of garlic powder, a little bit of onion powder, a little bit of black pepper, and you're gonna finish stirring that up. It's gonna be kind of a lumpy, chunky batter. That's okay. When you cook it, it kind of all comes together. You don't really wanna knead this like pizza dough. Just wanna stir it until it's all combined. Okay. We have a really thick dough. Now you can use your hands, you can use a couple spoons, but you're just gonna go ahead and essentially they're drop biscuits. You're gonna drop piles of the dough on top of your pie filling. If you made too much, you got extra biscuits on the side. If you didn't make enough, just mix a little bit more in the bowl. It's so easy! So I dropped my biscuit dough on top and I kind of used my fingers to spread it out somewhat evenly. And then I went ahead and topped it with a little bit more thyme and a little bit of parsley flakes. Gives it some nice color on top and it bakes out really nicely. And once it's like golden brown, you know it's done. It's gonna take some time, but just keep an eye on it, and once it's golden brown, it's all done. Also recommend putting this on a baking sheet before putting it in the oven because it might bubble over a little bit and you don't want it to ruin the inside of your oven. So here is my kitchen tip of the day. Clean as you go. Always clean up your spot after you use an ingredient. Put it away if you're done with it. Wipe up a spot if you spilled it. That way, when you're done, you don't have so much to clean up. While this is baking is a perfect time to start putting everything away. Put your things in the sink. I promise you, you will be so much happier if you clean as you go and you don't wait till the end and you have a huge mess to clean up. Thank you so much for watching. I love making these videos for you guys and I plan to do so many more. So if you want, hit that like button, subscribe if you want to come back for more, and I'll show you more of my awesome recipes. I got them all in here. Now it's time to put them on here. I'll see you next time on Almost Cooking. Bye! Oh, I burned myself.